Okay, so for this little clip, I'm going to show you a couple of examples using the word reference generator, the inbuilt reference generator, and how you go about choosing which of the types of documents that you choose for your um, outcome. So what I've got here, it's a document. You'll find the hard copy of this on the public drive. It's in my research project folder, it's in the outcome folder, and there is a folder within that called referencing. This one is called the word reference generator examples. Okay, and what you can see here is a screen capture of a website where I've gotten some of my information from. It's an ABC News website, and it's a website just abc.net, so on and so forth. Now, what I need to do for this is to work out how do I generate the reference that I need to insert into my outcome using that piece of information. Okay, so at the top of Word up here in the References tab, in Insert Citation, where I go to Add New Source, one of the examples or one of the options that I have there, and I'll just scroll this down a little bit. One of the options that I have when I go to Add New Source is to add a document from a website, and that's the one that I chose for this particular article. And from the website itself, I can find the author. If I can't find the author, I can use what's called a corporate author. Sometimes the author or the journalist will actually be listed, and I can use that or their name as the author. If I can't find that information, the corporate author might be, for example, ABC News, or it might be the Department of Health, or it might be a particular organisation like Beyond Blue. So you might be able to use a corporate author. If you're unsure, check with me and I'll see what I can do to help you with regards to that one. Then it's simply a case of filling in all of these boxes here with as much detail as you can. If you can't find a particular piece of information, leave it blank, and the program will generate the reference for you using unknown or not available as the insert for that particular piece of information. So once I've filled in all of the details for this particular article, what I'm left with is a citation that looks like this here. And it doesn't look like much at the moment. All it is in brackets, ABC 2014. So on the reference generator, I chose document from a website. The citation that is inserted into my paper looks like this at the moment, okay? As I said, it doesn't seem like much at the moment, but stick with me. It's very important later on that you've got all of those other details included, and there's a good reason for that. So anytime that you refer to information that you get from this particular article, anywhere that you are within your outcome that you need to reference that article, you can go back here. It's on your citation list of in the Word document, and you simply choose the one that you've got there and you can insert it. So you can use that same reference 2 or 3 or 4 times, however many times you need to, within your outcome. Okay, looking at the next example, this one is a transcript or a link to an audio recording of an interview that I found. So again, it was Radio National, which is an ABC subsidiary, where they were talking to someone about their experience as being a shark attack victim. On the reference generator, I chose up here when it came to add new source. From this one, I chose the interview option. So that was down here, choose interview, and you'll see that the categories change. So that now what I need to put in is the name of the interviewee, the title of the interview, the year, the month, the day that it occurred, etc., etc. Okay, so I would then generate that one, and that comes up in my final outcome with this citation here, Merrifield 2014. The next one that I've got here to show you is an article from a magazine. So I did a search online and I found an online copy of a magazine interview with Valerie Taylor, who's someone who's very famous for working with sharks and being a shark attack victim or something. It tells me some details. It's from the Australian Women's Weekly in February 2017. I know who it's about, etc., etc. So when I went into Word reference generator for this one, insert citation, add a new source. For this one, I chose an electronic source, and it let me put in the name of the author, although in this case, there wasn't an author listed, so I selected corporate author and put in Australian Women's Weekly. I could then put in the title of the article, the city, the publisher, the year, etc., and all of the other details that I could find about it. Okay, so that one then generated a citation within my outcome that looks like this, the Australian Women's Weekly 2017. You just need to choose the source type that best fits the information that you have available to you. So what I mean by that, if you go to insert citation and add new source, we've got an article in a periodical, and you'll see website, you'll see electronic sources, you'll see a performance, you'll see a film, an interview, you've got miscellaneous down there. So find the category that best fits the information that you have to put into the reference generator and generate your reference that way. Okay. It might not be perfect, and that's okay. For example, here's a Twitter thread that I found on my topic, and I want to be able to use this one. So again, when I went up to insert citation for this one, I chose website because I thought that that was probably the best fit for the information that I had. The actual author itself, I used my Twitter thread handle, which was Channel 9 News in Perth. The name of the web page is simply Twitter. All of the other information I can fill in, and I can use my search thread URL for the generation of the reference. And for that one, that's what my reference looks like. So it's your Twitter handle 2018. Now, when you've done all of that, this is where using Word Reference Generator is so powerful. When you've done all of that, what you need to do is go up here to the bibliography option, and you choose to insert either references or works cited. Remember, a bibliography is if you, at the start of writing your outcome, put in all 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever they are, citations that you're possibly going to use, all of the sources that you could possibly use in there, ready for them to be used, but you might only actually end up referencing or using half of those, okay? We don't want a bibliography list in your research project. We want either a reference list or a works cited list. So it's everything that has actually been used within your outcome, all right? When I chose works cited, which was this option down here, and inserted it where my cursor was, this is what I come up with. So it generates for me everything in the correct format, in alphabetical order, all ready to go, and I can put that on a separate page at the end of my outcome, all done and dusted, and you don't need to worry about it. And you're going to have a very happy teacher, and you're going to have some moderators reading your work that are impressed with how you've been able to do that. So that's how you go about choosing the